Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce many new elements to the Star Wars franchise that fans have never seen before on the big screen in Star Wars film history. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really great about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is really going to offer a lot of revelations, twists and turns that's going to make us view both The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens in a different light. And like I have always said before in the past, it could always be a good or a bad thing depending on how it's all going to be written into the story, and all a matter of execution and how it's really going to resonate with the Star Wars fans around the world. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for a moment in the first act of the movie. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing is that a description of one of the opening scenes, where it's described that Kylo Ren is on board of his First Order Ravager, where he is described to be sitting inside of his throne room on his throne and holding a miniature version of Darth Vader's hologram in his palm. The Vader hologram that Kylo is playing is described to be of Vader talking about a star system that he is interested in within the unknown regions, that is the home of a planet of a race of individuals strong with the Force that pose as a threat of becoming a new generation of Jedi. It's said that Vader was never able to finish this mission since he died just before the end of the Battle of Endor. However, it's described that Kylo plans to take on Vader's plans and finish his task to locate this world in the unknown regions to prevent a future threat. Now, part of the first act of the film is said to set up this side plot for Kylo that eventually ties into Rey, discovering this through her father's discovery that he is the one who owns the hyperspace routes to this location. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, this, like I've always said, it really does remind me of the world of Ossus, which is both in canon and in Legends material. And in Dark Empire, we do know that Sidious was very well interested in the world of Ossus because of the potential of the Jedi it really had. That was at least in the Dark Empire story. So what's really interesting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie really is going to tie everything together between Kylo, Vader, and everything that happens in between the originals, the sequels, and even between the prequels and the originals. Now, about Darth Vader's hologram revealing this world that he is interested in and is trying to discover, I believe that this also connects to that line of dialogue from Kylo Ren in The Force Awakens where Kylo says, "I will finish what you started." Could this very well be exactly what Kylo was trying to finish what Vader did not complete in The Force Awakens? Now, this to me, it definitely sounds like it's connecting to all of that, and that J.J. Abrams is picking up on that piece of dialogue from Episode 7 and is making it a whole lot more sense in Episode 9. So this world, we're not quite sure exactly what it's going to be called as of yet, other than the fact that it is indeed based in the unknown regions. And since the unknown regions will play a role at some point in time in the second act of Episode 9, you can only imagine exactly what's going to happen between Kylo Ren trying to discover this world as well as Rey. Now, Rey's father, like we went over, is said to be the one who holds the hyperspace routes to the unknown regions, and specifically the hyperspace routes to the specific star system that contains this world of a race full of individuals that will become future Jedi. Now, this to me, like I've always said before, it really sounds like J.J. Abrams is trying to introduce something similar to what he already did in The Force Awakens, where they're trying to find Luke Skywalker. Now it's a side plot of them trying to find this unknown world in the unknown regions and the location of that within the star system. Now, a lot of people have been trying to figure out the meaning of the title, The Rise of Skywalker, right? A lot of people are beginning to believe that at least one of the meanings of the title, since there are over 3 different meanings of Episode 9's title, a lot of people believe that the meaning, or at least one of them, of this title is that the term Skywalker, the name Skywalker, if you will, is going to be the name of the New Order. If you are, let's say, a Force-sensitive or a Force wielder, whatever have you, you're going to be called a Skywalker as opposed to a Jedi. Think about it like this, the Skywalker Order, or something around those lines. A lot of people are starting to come to that conclusion. Now, if that is the case, I'm not quite sure how I would really feel about that. I will say that I really hope that the regular Jedi Order lives on and stays strong well after the events of Episode 9, because we do know that Luke's line of dialogue in The Last Jedi was setting up that the Jedi Order is going to end forever, where Yoda replies, "Time it is." So Rey creating a brand new order is very likely in this movie. There have been a lot of hints and or indicators that we have been going over these past couple of months, give or take, and exactly where that's all going to lead to. As far as this Vader hologram revealing this vital piece of information to Kylo Ren, Kylo also knows about this world that's full of a race of individuals strong with the Force that can very well pose a threat to not just the First Order, but Darth Vader also feared this threat back in the days when the Empire was ruling the galaxy. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.